What's going on, YouTube? This is your boy AshTheMan. Thank you so much for definitely tuning in. So we're gonna be talking about that Black Clover review. Wait a minute, I said review, right? Now we're gonna be doing some brainstorming with Black Clover. Going to be talking about the relationship between William and Leech. And the reason because of that, the recent chapter that released, we kind of like got some ideas going from, what happened in and out. One of the things I want to like touch bases on is that basically like towards the end of the chapter, now out of the outcome of what happened with Leech Village of the elves, and pretty much him and his villagers facing demise, and his soul being reincarnated into William's body, seeing William life through his eyes. Now, the thing that at this point in which I think they kind of like first shared, sort of like a mutual connection, is when they both kind of like decided that humans need to pay at all costs. The elves going to be revived. The elves going to be revived with too much as Leech, but I think that William kind of like experienced something similar in his own right in his own life. Now, I'm not saying that Leech has been with them ever since day one. The chapter didn't really exploit it, but at some point, I think his soul has always been there. I think it just didn't surface until he received his three-leaf grimoire, which that's when Leech first starts seeing life through his eyes. Now, it's a few other things I want to talk about. Now, the disappearing of the elves is definitely the trigger to Leech and his desire for vengeance and the revival for the elf tribe. Now, he is definitely born as an elf. He did have some sort of love towards humans because he met someone who had similar magic powers as and pretty much befriended humans. He befriended, the girl, then him and the girl got married, then her brother, which they became really good friends. Now, shortly after that, him is evaded, attacked the tribe, and then pretty much, it was like a big disaster. I want to call it the elf massacre, maybe, but let's not try to like label it as names. But however, that is definitely something that does stand out, and definitely we can classify as the vengeance towards the humans that have Leech feels. Now, William does share that, in which classify William as a villain. Now, that's something that was scratching my head. Like, could we consider him to be a villain, or could we consider him to be hero kind of? But no, we definitely consider him to be a villain because he did kind of like set up Julius and him getting murdered by Leech. So we definitely can't say that you could be on the dark side and the light side at the same time. It just doesn't work out that way. So we definitely understand it. Now, the rival to Leech light power. Now, we don't know like if it's like his light magic was reduced or anything, because technically he had problems with facing Julius. If he didn't do his stunt, Julius would have probably killed Leech, but he did his stunt to try to kill him, and instead of thinking about his own, Julius sacrificed himself to save others. The normal humor route. That's basic hero stuff. But however, when he was going to get Yami in a cave, where him and Aster was going to get some of his peoples, Yami was giving Leech the business. I say better than Julius did. Julius' powers is definitely something to consider, but Yami was giving it to Leech, giving him the business. So it's something that we can honestly say that Leech being at full power Leech, it would be definitely interesting to see that, say the least. Now, we do know that Leech does have a 4-leaf clover, and he was shocked that he's seen a human with a 4-leaf clover too. But I don't think it's going to be so much of that when it comes to him trying to revive the elves. It's just something that just stood out to me, especially since the human that received the 4-leaf clover is actually winning magic the same as what used. So maybe Self has some type of information that could leak back to it. Again, it's just ideas, brainstorming, and just trying to put it out all on paper. So here, let's move on to other things. Now, we can say that collecting all of the magic stones does have something to do with his power being revived, or maybe have something to do with the most like tragic incident that happened with the three-eyed monster that you've seen in the beginning of the intro, where we saw like the famous emperor pretty much took him down and everything. So magic stones definitely does have a huge purpose in this. Now, not just only a huge purpose, but a little back of it is that I think there is about 6 magic stones altogether. And technically, anybody who uses the magic stones, their power get amplified. But elves can harness the magic better with the stones than humans. Now, humans is known to do experiments, and which reasons why the elves and the humans always stay separated. But I'm not sure, maybe some taboo happened and the reason that incident happened, or maybe it was something staged. There can be numerous of things that kind of like will open up to a more devilish villain, because Licht hold vengeance. It's not like he's sinister crazy or power hungry. He has a goal that he has set up and he wants to reach that goal. So definitely interesting. Just want to throw that out there. Now we gotta learn his long term goal and everything. Now it points to where, what does William have to share with this? I mean, it's a lot to consider, but one thing we can say is that before he revealed to actually share a body with Licht, he actually referred to Julius as a friend. But in this regards, if he was able to pull out Licht at that time, he must consider Licht to be even a closer friend. And to refer to Licht like that, I mean, they must have some type of mutual understanding, maybe a bond that goes stronger than just being, sharing one body. But at some point in time, we got to consider that they have a kind of like communications where they could understand each other, kind of like grow in a relationship. Maybe it could have been a dislike like at first. I'm not sure, but something tragic had to happen. The reason why, like, top of his face was burnt and Julius provided him a mask to cover up that ugly shit. But nevertheless, it's something that we have to think about because it's a lot. I'm not sure. Maybe, just like how we can honestly make this assumption too, is that when Licht is inside William's body, he can see through his eyes. He probably can't communicate with anybody when he's looking through William's eyes. William is interacting with the body, but we can say that he is observing, and it could be vice versa. I'm not sure, but elves have a little bit more understanding of magic better than humans. It could be something that he just not knowing how to do, or maybe he had to develop on a little bit later so they can have proper communication. I mean, it's just some brainstorming, just throwing it out there. But that's all I got for this. And this is my first segment of the Black Clover brainstorming. The reason I'm going to start doing this segment for Black Clover is because of the fact that there's a lot of things that happens, zip line kind of fast. So we definitely want to nip a lot of stuff in the bud so we can keep an idea what we need to look out for as we read it and also watching the TV show. Now, again, I definitely want to thank you guys for definitely stopping in. You can follow me on Instagram, AshTheMan08, on Twitter, AshTheMan008. But again, please tune in. I will be doing more brainstorming. But my name is AshTheMan. You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you.